Do you all remember that picture that went viral in 2016 of a little innocent toddler from Nigeria who was abandoned and living on the streets alone? It broke all of our hearts and left many people feeling sad for this sweet child. Before I get into more details of how he's doing today, I was just curious about how this poor child was out in the streets all day and night every day for months, all by himself. It's terrible to think of what could have happened to him and all of the dangerous situations that threatened his life every day. His name is Hope, which is very fitting given all that he has been through. Hope, who was just 2 years old, was believed to be a witch. As a result, his Nigerian community banished him and turned their backs, leaving him for dead. After spending 8 months out on the streets, Hope not only suffered from starvation, his little body was also riddled with worms. He was rescued and given food and water by a Danish woman named Anaja Rigren, who was living in Africa. She established the African Children's Aid, Education, and Development Foundation. It was a wonderful thing that she found him, since the mission of our organization is to help children like Hope that have been accused of being a witch and are outcasted and sometimes even killed by members of their community.
Oh, what is wrong with the child here? What is wrong with the child?
The child.
Yes.
Hungry. No mother, no father.
Can we give the child some food?
No food, no mother.
Drengen er blevet beskyldt for at være en heks. Vi ved overhovedet ikke, hvem der har beskyldt ham for at være en heks. Vi ved bare, at han er blevet efterladt af forældrene. We have biscuit in the car. We should bring some biscuit.
Biscuit?
Yes.
Come, bring.
Yes.
Det er ligesom at se en gammel mand i en mikroskopisk krop. Det er hårdt at se ham. Ja, det er det.
Okay, no one is feeding the child?
Yeah, no mother, no father. No mother, no father.
I'm sorry.
Det må ikke...
Jamen, lige nu der skal jeg bare ikke lade være med at græde. Mine tårer, jeg græder snart, men nu skal jeg bare lige tage mig lidt sammen, så det er det, jeg gør. Fordi det er da helt forfærdeligt, det der. Nu tager vi dig med. Ja, du skal med mig. Nu skal du ikke være her længere. Men du skal med mig. Jeg har oplevet rigtig mange forfærdelige ting her i Nigeria. Jeg har været ude på rigtig mange redningsmissioner. Men den her redningsmission, den er virkelig en af de helt slemme. Altså den sidder dybt i mig, fordi at jeg selv har en søn. Og fordi jeg næsten hele vejen igennem den her redningsmission forestillede mig, at det var min egen søn.
After being rescued and having access to food and medicine to treat his illnesses, Hope was adopted by Anaja and has been able to thrive and grow stronger each day. With all the care that he's received, he is almost unrecognizable. Although not every story has a happy ending, his does. It's so clear how loved and wanted he is. Anaja said herself, "The day I carried this sweet little boy in my arms for the very first time, I was so sure he would not survive. Every breath he took was a struggle, and I did not want him to die without a name, without dignity, so I named him Hope." After recovering, Hope moved to the orphanage called the Land of Hope that is owned by Anaja and her husband, who is from Nigeria. The children that they rescue receive education, food, shelter, but most importantly, the love and care that every child deserves. While being there, Hope has started school and he's made so many friends. He's also had the opportunity to reconnect with his birth mother and father. During these visits, Hope and Anaja learned that his mother was a 15-year-old minor when she gave birth to him, and his father was 50 and he was the head of their village. After some time and understanding of his mother's story, they were able to create a relationship. Hope's life has had many trials and tribulations, but with strength, support, and courage, he's made it to the age of 11 years old. In a recent post on Instagram, Anaja wrote, "On the morning of the 30th of January 2016, a Danish documentary team were preparing their equipment to film Land of Hope's work in Nigeria. We were going on a rescue mission. 2 girls were accused of being witches, and they were spotted along the river, abandoned and alone. Upon arrival, we were escorted to the village chief's house to inform him about our mission. A group of local community boys also arrived to the house, and things suddenly escalated. At that time, we were not protected by the police, and the situation became hostile, so we had to leave. I was so frustrated and angry and refused to give up, but it was impossible for us to do something. It was not safe to stay. But then I remembered a phone call that we got earlier the same day. A very young boy was accused of being a witch, so we turned the cars and drove to where we would later find Hope. What if things had not escalated that day? Was it destiny? No matter what, today is the 30th of January 2024, and it is exactly 8 years ago we rescued Hope. 8 years of knowing Hope has been an absolute joy. He has changed all of us, and I feel very lucky to have been a part of his life. Thank you, Hope."
The greatest challenge for me and for our team in Nigeria is, of course, this growing superstition. Because of this ignorance, it's really a challenge to change the mindset of these local villagers, because they are so ignorant to the other world, because of they have no chance of getting an education. So to change the mindset of this belief in witchcraft is a challenge, but that is where we do our advocacy program.
Although his village abandoned him, sometimes it takes a different village to get the help that you need to survive. Hope is now a happy and healthy 11-year-old 6th grader who is now taking care of kids that are the same size that he was when he was rescued. He does well in school, particularly in mathematics and in visual art. He even received the Most Attentive Pupil Award last year. It's safe to say that we are all feeling very hopeful about his future. Shout out to Anja for all of the hard work that she does for children in need. The world needs more people like her. Not all heroes wear capes. May God bless her and all of the children that live at the Land of Hope orphanage. May all of the kids in the world receive the same love that Anja and her husband give the children at the Land of Hope. If you would like to learn more about her organization, check them out on all social media platforms.
My own journey is a perfect example of how we can do great things, make a difference with just following our heart. When I met His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he told me that I was one of his biggest heroes, saying, "You are not a billionaire, you are not a millionaire, you don't have a big organization, you are just an ordinary person." And with these words, the message was very clear. We don't need to be rich, perfect or famous to make a great difference in someone's lives. We are all able to do great things by showing kindness and love.